Hello, everybody, and welcome again to the second episode of Select Stage. This podcast is hosted by myself, Guy Zero, and I would love to introduce you guys to a team that has developed a game off of 4chan called Super Bowsette. I think we all know who Bowsette is. We are celebrating a 1 year anniversary of her creation, and I would like to introduce the team that has created Super Bowsette. They're celebrating the release of Beta 2, and go ahead, you guys, introduce yourselves one by one.
This is Mega Anon speaking. I'm like the guy that helps write most of the stages and whatnot or courses for the game.
Hello, I am the programmer of Super Bowsette, many contributors. What I do is mostly write code.
I'm Sprite Anon, also known as Cousin Fox. I help with the spriting, help a little bit with some of the level layouts, things like that.
Cool, that's awesome. So I have 3 people of the whole team. How many of you guys have been worked on it? I know you guys have a sound engineer, as it were, as well, that probably couldn't make it today. So I want to put out everybody that's watching the stream and watching this podcast live. I'm right now showing gameplay of the actual beta going through, just showing off, every little aspect of it you guys have, you guys done, what you guys developed. Which I gotta say, you guys have beautifully made a beautiful game. Obviously, obviously it's all inspired by Mario Brothers, and you guys did your absolute best to keep things out of Nintendo's asking to stop, which is great.
Yeah, their watchful
You
eye.
have no idea how many people actually worked on it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because we actually have had a lot of people who have come and gone. I've had an artist who helped design some of the concept art for some of the enemies, which are in the forest and ice levels. But they had to unfortunately take their leave, so I haven't heard from them since.
Yeah, that's unfortunate though. But you know what? Their contributions is greatly appreciated, and thanks a lot for again. I thank you guys for coming on and taking a little bit of your time to discuss about the game and everything. So obviously, let's talk about the lady of the hour, Bowsette. We all know that it was it September 19th, if I'm not mistaken, that Bowsette came into conception by Haniwa, or on her Twitter handle, their Twitter header goes AK92, by a 4-panel comic strip, some spicy new Mario lore, right?
Hey,
The comic was hilarious.
Yep. Okay, so when did you guys happen to catch the comic, or when did you see it blow up? I think myself, when I first saw stuff about Bowsette and everything, was actually over the weekend for myself, because since I work a 9-to-5 job overnight kind of thing, I sleep during the day and I go to work during the night. I barely have any chance to actually do any kind of browsing until the weekend, and that's when I actually saw stuff going on. I was like, huh, interesting concept.
Right when it was blowing up after the comic was posted. Fun weeks. Fun weeks.
For me, it was a bit of a different story. I actually, I don't have a Twitter handle, so it wasn't until almost a month later, or at least until October, when I first found out about Bowsette. And from there, I just found myself liking the character concept so much that first time in a long time, I started getting back to spriting again, sprite art.
I think I discovered the comic around on the weekend as well. I think after it started blowing up, and I was just like, "Ooh, this is pretty cool."
Yeah, so I think we all have the whole thing of coming back being like, well, this is pretty cool. And I gotta say, it is a cool concept that people detached that got themselves for it. I know that we had that on 4chan, it had Weeks on V on the video game board, of constant threads of constant people talking about it, people discussions about it. And I think it lasted like a good 2 weeks of threads before moderators started to delete and ban people for posting Bowsette on actual straight up V.
That's right.
Also, having people trashing the threads.
Yeah,
posting
threads
the
were
list
ending
of
in
stuff
2 hours. Weeks
in order
until
to
mobs
just try
killed
and
it.
close it. Yeah, until mods killed it.
Yeah, mods killed
Yeah.
it.
Threads were ending in 2 hours. This followed for 2 weeks until mobs killed it.
Now I know that some people might be thinking, "Whoa, what's this text to speak? What's Siri doing here talking?" That's game dev anon. For those if they missed the introductions, they are actually want to keep their identity private. So as for respect, they're letting them do text to speak, and it's clear as long as we're being able to understand, we can understand
We have a
everything.
few core contributors, but some people made assets and posted them anonymously, not even using a handle on 4chan threads.
Yeah, we have like a
Thanks for
series of.
helping setting it up.
Yeah, we really appreciate any support from anyone that helps provide with ideas, concepts, or some kind of layout or anything. That's very much appreciated.
Oh yeah, very much appreciated out of everybody there. Okay, so let's go back down talking about a little bit timeline for Bowsette things. So I think around October, the start of October, that's when everything starts getting through. The quote unquote the frog posters and the Wojak posters started to hijack, and I believe they also started to sabotage the threads, even though a lot of people on those threads have been really tame compared to other 4chan threads, and everybody was moved to other boards. Echo, I believe, was one of them. C, and a few others. Those escape me at the moment, but I know there's other Bowsette threads up on 4chan and other places as well. Cool, but I think mostly the general thing that where most of you guys have been working and discussing has been on VG, the video game general thread, which created a general for Bowsette, and you seem to have a thread steadily on almost at a daily basis.
Yeah, we do what we can to make sure the thread remains active.
Well, we tried to make it video game related, so we made /Bowgen/.
So Bowgen was created, and you
The
guys
original
just
creator is not present anymore. It
yeah.
was a guy modding Super Mario RPG.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. I remember that someone was modding Super Mario RPG. I think that was the first start of a lot of game mods going through being in development, right? You guys started this out with this one. I think there was it started with Mario RPG. I think the most famous sprite edit was the crying Bowsette one, if I remember.
Yeah, outside of Booster's Tower.
Yep.
Yes, I remember that.
So that's pretty awesome. So again, so going through, you guys have released. Now I want to talk to the game dev and on here is that you released around, I believe, like 2-3 months later the first build of Super Bowsette with using obviously some assets that are not in this build anymore. How long did it take you to make the first beta build?
Well, it depends on the definition of beta build.
Well, let's go back to concept, the first concept one when you first brought it out
The
to
first GIF
the
I
people.
posted was back in September. The first GIF I posted was back in September.
So the first GIF was back in September, and that was with about Zet running around on the stage, right? I don't remember exactly how that first one was, but obviously it was something big enough that brought people interested in it. That's for sure.
Yeah,
And okay, so let's go back to a couple more things going through. What other? I know that Sprite on here, you were responsible for a couple of other ROM hacks as well, right?
That is correct.
Now, which games did you happen to ROM hack Bowsette into? If you don't mind sharing that.
Alright, I did several of them. My biggest project, initially I did Super Mario Brothers 3 with just replacing Bowser with Bowsette. That was actually my first attempt at ROM hacking. With my experience working with games before, that I had no idea what I was doing for the most part, but I think it turned out okay. And then I decided to do a full-on Crowned Edition, which has all the enemies. And I also did Super Mario Brothers 1, Donkey Kong for the NES, Donkey Kong Jr., Junior Math, and Junior plus Lessons. I was kind of surprised. I only did some of the last few because the assets were mostly the same. It's more of the some of the coding that needed to be changed up a bit.
Super Mario Brothers 3 Crowned Edition is really, really good.
It is really, really good.
Yep, I agree. It is really good.
Thanks. I've been doing some sprite work like long before this, and was working on my own game projects. So I have a little bit of experience with this.
That is so cool. And Mega Anon, I know that you go by Mega Anon for the reason that I believe, if I recall from what you posted up, I think you were working on some Mega Man sprite edits and game edits on that, and that's why you're referred to as Mega Anon.
That's right. I was like doing like a edit version of like some other Mega Man 7 like demake that I just like happened to found like a couple years ago. Really good. Then I was just like, let me just like I like Mega Man and all that, so let me just like see if I can throw Bowsette in and see how that goes. And what do you know? It actually works. Like the sprites fit and all that and everything. And then like even went like the extra mile, and I was like, let's just make Peach the final boss, because why not?
Why not, right?
Even has the face.
Nice. That's so cool. Yeah, man, you guys put in a lot of work this last year, that's for sure. And it's right now in your beta 2 version, you guys definitely have a good build, a good setup going for it for sure. You guys are going to continue to plan working on this for another full release for Bowsette's 2nd anniversary, I'm guessing, or earlier than that.
Oh, I'm going till the very end, my man.
Yeah, I'm hoping to see this through to the end. As for like the release date, I'll leave that up to Game Anon.
We will see this through the end. There are a lot of things to decide.
Yeah, well, I'm pretty sure that everybody that likes Bowsette and Baojan on Twitter and on any other places that she is prevalent on, I'm pretty sure are excited for your game to be out for everybody to play with. I know that a couple people turned the original beta you release game dev for Android use. So obviously there's people interested.
The Android build isn't mine. Someone else ported it.
Okay, so I want to talk about the one power-up that you guys have in Super Bowsette, and that is the Fire Crown.
Our logo, the wall.
So the one power-up you guys have decided to work on to make this a little bit on its, to make it uniqueness to itself, is the additional Power Crown power-ups. Now the one that you guys have in the beta build that you guys have is the Fire Crown.
Yeah,
you guys,
we have the Fire Crown.
Can you guys go through the thought process of how you guys came up with that, or mostly to say Anons on VG came up with, help develop its concept, right?
Wasn't it Mega Anon's idea initially?
I think so.
That was really hard. We weren't sure on what to do with it.
I gotta say, the way you guys made it to work, I think it actually works out well. But you guys have the sprite, obviously sprite recolor to show power up for sure.
We all agreed that modifying the jump was a good idea.
Yes,
Yeah.
very much.
Most definitely, it's a good modification for the jump. Now I know you guys have followed you guys on Baojan. You guys are thinking of making additional power-ups as well throughout the rest of the course of the game, right? Do you mind elaborating on some of those extra power-ups you want to bring in to the fold?
I know for sure that we're going to have an Ice Crown power-up at some point.
And we've considered possible ideas for like a Thunder Crown. And we're also messing around with like an idea of what to do with like a poison type crown. We're not sure exactly if we're even going to implement that one or how the concept of that would work.
Well, there will be an Ice Crown and a Thunder Crown. Those are guaranteed.
Now that I know that you guys have a level up system in this game as well, and I know I've played through a little bit of it, but level ups kind of don't do much except for increasing your hit points, as it were. Do you have any other ideas to make those level ups more worthwhile?
Yeah, a few ideas. I know it was discussed to increase the rapidness of your fire attacks. Another was, aside from like building on your health, to
Yes, we are aware of it. We want to make them unlock new skills.
So longer float time, faster fireballs, kind of like how the fire power up kind of has.
Like, perhaps she could learn Mage Clown's attack.
Oh, that would be a good one.
That'd be cool.
Mm-hmm. Or just make a mage clown power up. Or just have a jester hat instead of a jester hat power up. Jester hat crown. Just make it like that.
That's always doable.
Not changing run speed or floating time. People considered that this could be unintuitive.
Yeah, if we make it so you can have an extended float time, then it could essentially like break the game. Once you get to a certain level, you could practically just skip over half the level, and we would have to design around that. And if we do a design around with that, then if you're starting at a low level, then it's gonna make everything that much harder. So you gotta come up with some kind of balance.
Yeah, nice balance you guys got there. Now I know that by myself I'm a speedrunner, and speedrunning is in most of my blood that I do. And what are you guys thinking about for the speedrun community for this game? Like, I mean, I know I've posted a couple thoughts in VG about it, about certain elements of the stage, but I mean, not too much to say that it's like nothing to worry about. But I know that there's gonna be every game has a speedrun community, and you know, and there's things like that. Like, are you considering having like how they do with how Nintendo has with Mario 1, where you have that shortcuts going through to go to the final stage in 5 minutes? Think you're doing something like that, or is it just everyone just gotta play straight through and see what you gotta go with?
So like a warp system, such like in the original Mario games.
Mm-hmm.
I'll leave that up for Game Anon. I don't know if we had ever considered anything like this.
I'm not entirely sure about it really either.
A planned feature is a difficulty selector. The highest difficulty will be ideally a speedrunner mode. Only one live, only one health point, perhaps adding extra things like automatically press the right button or make her invisible.
Well, that'll be interesting stuff to implement, that's for sure. Sprite work, if you don't mind, Sprite Anon. Most of the how are your sprite works for this one, for the maid that you made? Which ones were you responsible for? Not, I know that not everything was you, or was everything all you?
No, I can't take the credit for everything. Yeah, I know that for this build specifically, we had added in two of my sprites that were added in were the owl in the forest level and the hat rabbit in the snow level.
I gotta say though, those hat rabbits are a pain. When you hit their heads with the fireball, beautiful touch to whoever idea was it to knock those fireballs back at you.
Right, Anon made a lot of the political work related to the game. He found an artist who helped us design concepts for Course 5 and Course 6.
Yeah, and I gotta say though, out of all your courses, Course 5 and Course 6 are kind of the most fleshed out courses out of the whole build that you guys have. Are you guys thinking of considering fleshing out, courses 1 through 4 as well, or are you content with leaving it as is?
We might consider revisiting them. Like we've been reworking some of the layouts or the tile sets for the earlier courses, like the bonus palaces. I know a lot of stuff was redone for the ice level. I did a lot of the tiles for the forest level. So we might consider going back and try something with some of the earlier stages. I know stage 2 is a lot more, the cave level is a lot more expanded than how we initially had it, so it's kind of more maze-like.
Well, we might slightly revisit them, but not huge changes. Except for Course 3, which still has room for improvement. Course 6 will definitely be reworked a lot.
That's awesome. Yeah, so you guys definitely put a great work together between all of you, not just 3 of you, but between all of you, Anons included, to everybody out there watching and everything that put their hands in it. All of you did a great job with it. Your unique enemies, your unique power-ups, unique everything, especially those ice bruisers. I don't know if you guys have a name for those ones that just ram at you and charge at you.
Person who makes the courses is a regular Anon who is called Bauhaus Anon. He drastically improved course design in comparison to Beta 0.1.
Hats off to Bauhaus Anon. If you're out there listening, job.
Those remnants are called ice servants. I love them.
And I say the mages. I don't know whose idea was it for the mages, but those mages are definitely tricky enemies to get around. You know, being invulnerable to the fire attacks that Bowsette shoots out and only have to be stomped on. So whoever idea that was, nice touch.
It was mine. Thanks.
Yeah, nice touch for sure. Especially the ones in the ice level, having the two of them pop out makes it. You have to like definitely get your timing down to get them for sure. Now, just a couple other things to ask about that too, about character stuff. I know those ice mages on there. They're right now shooting playing cards at Bowsette. Were you guys gonna change their aspect to shooting icicles or some stuff like that instead? To make it more in tune with the theme of the stage?
Yeah, we've been discussing something like that, but we weren't able to fully implement a new enemy type design right before the second build was posted. So later on, it will be added in there. So considering like some kind of type of wizard enemy that shoots out icicles but also skates around, since it's an ice level.
Our enemies are probably the best part of the game. We want to keep bringing unique enemies to each course. The Ice Mage Clowns will have their attack pattern slightly changed. The new unique enemy to Course 6. It's the one Sprite Anon posted.
Again, you guys did a great job with the game, with the beta and everything. You know, this is what happens when you take a group of fans, dedicated fans, and make a game. Even though it's not an official Nintendo IP, it's an official CloudGen IP made by fans for fans, as it were, and definitely a great work all around. You know, you guys definitely did a great job overall for your level design, enemy placement, mechanics. Makes it so that way it's a game that actually somebody would want to play, would actually want to get in to and just play. You know, a fun little game to kill some time, to speedrun, to have a let's play of. It's a great game all around, you guys.
We worked a lot to make sure we wouldn't use Nintendo assets. Thanks for the remarks. Our goal is to build an entire original lore.
And since everything is copyright free, then hey, we can pretty much do whatever with it.
Yes.
But yeah, so
anyone can use assets as they want.
Yeah, so to anybody that's watching, I've been spamming it in my chat, the link to download the beta, so you guys can go ahead and get on and download it and play it for yourselves. You be the judge of this game. Great, it's fun. It's a fun game. You know, give it a chance. You'll see that you'll like it. And these guys and everybody else involved with making Super Bowsette, they put their blood, sweat, and tears, as it were.
For example, if someone wanted to include the Mage Clown to their own game, they can do that. We explicitly allow people to do that.
You're saying that we're okay with other people using stuff from our game?
The assets and everything, it's free range to anybody. There's no copyright.
Yeah.
There's nothing blocking anybody wanting to use it.
Even
This obviously courtesy thing to do is credit you guys, credit whoever was the people that made those sprites, obviously, and don't pass it off as your own work. But anybody is welcome to use the assets to their heart's content.
Yeah, it's all we ask. If you're going to use any of our enemy sprites or assets, whatever, just give us credit for it. It's certainly a nice, maybe link us to whatever you're going to be using it for. Sure, it's a nice surprise when we find out eventually, but it helps to know beforehand.
The source code is licensed under the GPL version 2. It allows you to reuse the code as you want. So share your changes. For example,
it's awesome, you guys. So again, great job, and great job for all the lore entries that you guys did with the game. Whoever wrote the lore as well. I mean, it's great to have everything going through with mage clowns, your enemies, all that. So palaces.
You can't make Super Bowsette code and make your own game, but you also have to make the source code available for your game. So everyone benefits.
Yeah, that's great, you guys. Thank you so much. It's been fun chatting with you guys all and everything. It's a great game you guys got in the works. How I said before, can't wait to keep up with your changes, with your updates, what you guys ever do. Anybody that's out there interested in those changes, you guys can know where to go. Go to 4chan, VG General, and search for Bowsette. You'll find it there. And outside of the usual posts of Bowsette pictures and people talking all the other stuff going on, there is talk from game devs, from game dev anon, from Mega anon, from Sprite anon, even from the sound on that makes sound work for it as well. They're on there, they're talking, they're asking for ideas for the game and everything. What they can put in, what can be put in, what can be taken out, if in general taken out, that kind of stuff. Input is appreciated from the community. It's a community game.
Yeah, so
Thanks for
anyone,
hosting us. Out to Tad, Bao Hao Anon, Sound Anon, Lin, and many others who worked on it.
yeah, we're always open for more help. Anyone who wants to chip in for a little bit, and you are more than welcome to do so.
Yep.
That's awesome, you guys. So thanks so much. So let's go ahead and close out this interview for you guys. You guys have any final thoughts? Anything you want to say to anybody out there?
Thanks for playing the game.
Yeah, we really appreciate you guys playing. We've got other game projects in the works. I keep a paste bin on the 4chan page. It's always in the OP post, but in there you'll also find links to a list of all of our ideas, all of Baojen's ideas on games, stories, and things like that, other concepts, as well as links to various ROM hacks, not just the ones that I've done, but that of what other creators have done. There's been Mario Brothers 2, there's been the original Mario Brothers arcade, and things that, and these are kind of hard to find nowadays online, so I don't know where they were originally posted, but there's an archive just for these links, so you would have to check there in order to actually download them, check them out.
Thanks for hosting us. We hope to deliver an even better game next time. Other Baojen ideas for game concepts. Who knows what the next project could be? Someone wants to make a fighting game, and it might be exactly that.
Oh yeah, that's for sure. That's for sure right there. I know that not to toot the horn, but I kind of brought out some of those ideas out there for it out there to be fleshed out, and I've been trying to do those concept roughs for the moves, and I guess I got a bite from the guy that did some mechanic that does workout on mechanics work. So again, thanks a lot to him, and now that's actually helped out flesh ideas to start fleshing out a little bit more concept ideas.
Yeah, and it's ideas like that that we very much welcome, as we've mentioned, like a Bowsette type game, also a tower defense with chain chomp. So we've got a series of ideas that are always welcome, and even if we don't get to them right away, we'll always have like some record of it, and and I'll try to keep that updated every so often, like at least once a month or so, and that way we can always just go back to it at a later date.
Yeah. Most of Super Bowsette's features comes from people typing their ideas like that, and right away. It can come up again in the future with a different form.
Alright guys, so again, thanks a lot for coming in. Thanks a lot for being part of this little baby podcast that's been coming, that I've been slowly working through, and I highly appreciate you guys coming on and spotlighting, and I'm glad I spotlighted this beta build, this game, so that way there's more awareness to it. 145 followers is
It's our
145 eyes and ears getting a look at this game that may not have gotten a look at it. So hey, that's what they say. Any kind of publicity is good publicity, even if it's only to 100 people.
Hey, whatever works.
Yep, whatever works.
All right, then, you guys. Thanks so much. This is this has been the whole crew, a good chunk of the development team. Game dev, who was in charge of game coding and everything. Mega Anon, who came up with concepts and ideas for stages, and Sprite Anon, who worked on sprite work on some of the game, and to every other Anon out there that is watching and listening to this podcast interview and everything. You guys are also part of it as well. You know, these guys were a core group that came on to talk about it, and again, I highly appreciate them coming on, and I highly appreciate them giving a chance to coming on and let me talk to you guys about it. Then you guys promote it, and everybody out there just having a good time with this. This is not something to say it's, you know, or how the people out there posting, oh, this is, you know, gay, this is transsexual. No, this isn't just that. This is just this is a group of people coming together, bringing a concept to life, giving it a chance to survive out there. Because it can be a meme lasts for so long. This one's gone on for a year plus, and it's still going strong for another year.
Thank you very much. 4chan developed the game, and we got caught was Shoujo, but we tried our best.
Alright, everybody, thanks a lot, and I'm going to be calling up here real quick. Thanks a lot for hanging on and everything, and you know what, everybody else that's on right now and watching, hang on for a little while. I'll be back on in a little bit. I'll be playing the Legend of Zelda, call it Link's Awakening for the Switch. This is the link that I'm linking you guys on stream. It's for the game with Super Bowsette, which is on itch.io. You guys can go on there. You go ahead and download the most latest update, Super Bowsette Beta 2.1. Download it and give it a try. You know, again, highly recommend you guys go ahead and play it. These guys spent a long time working on it and are spending time working on it right now. They're taking a break from working on it. And thanks a lot so much to Game Anon, to Mega Anon, and to Sprite Anon for coming on the show and talking about their game that they worked hard on. Again, I appreciate you guys so much for being here, and I'll see you guys on Bowgen later.
All right, thanks again for having us on.
Yep, thanks for having us, man.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Oh yeah, I know, huh? It's not that hard a game. It's a pretty fun game, though. You know it.
Pretty hard.
It's not hard.
There.
It's not hard.
I'm,
It's not.
I can't hear it.
Can't hear it? I'll put it in.
Oh, League of Legends!
They'll call it lightning bolt. You got hit with lightning. Alright everybody, welcome back. This is the second half of the Select Stage podcast show, where it's actually, I'm just showing off gameplay. This is Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening. It was released yesterday, not yesterday, but this is 2 days ago on Friday, September 20th, 2019. It's a remake of the classic thing. And that's because it's quiet right now. I'm going to put the volume up a bit for you to hear it. There, see? And with me right now is my lovely son, who likes playing Zelda games. Ain't that right, buddy? Yep. You like Zelda games? What's your favorite Zelda game?
The blue chair.
Is it called Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild?
Yeah.
That's the one? Or, yeah? Breath of the Wild. What's your favorite game?
Yes.
What's your favorite thing about the Breath of the Wild?
I like Ganondorf.
You like Ganondorf? Okay.
I
Yep. Okay, everybody. So I just want to go ahead. This is just a quick little let's play thing of what I'm going through. I've already played. I'm playing hard mode for it. I've already beaten the first dungeon. I have 5 hearts, and I'm already going through right now, going to the swamp, and I'm gonna be I'm gonna be trying to go through the second one. Right now, I'm trying to do a whole bunch of overworld stuff that I can do before I go into dungeon number 2.
have 5 hearts.
Don't have 5 hearts? How many hearts do I have?
No, I have 4.
Oh, 4. Okay.
And a heart.
I have to find a heart. Okay. What kind of heart do I need to find?
A big one.
A big one?
That has a lot of them.
Yeah?
And you can get a lot more hearts. That way and that way and that way. Oh wow.
Can't go that way. I already went that way before.
That's a heart.
Yeah?
It's a heart. Hearts in the... There you go, have hearts.
Joey's hearts. It's a guardian acorn.
Oh, that's an acorn.
It's a guardian acorn. It makes it so that way the enemies don't hit me hard. I got the heart.
You jumped.
Yep, I jumped.
Press X.
Yep, because I have the feather on X. See, I can switch out which I want on X.
L. Twin. Twin there. Still one out. Is that my heart?
Yep,
Emotion.
yep.
I have there's another one. That's it.
Dampy. He said, don't come back later. I'm busy.
Now look at enemy room. Watch out for the claw. Ah, watch out! Watch out! I got two from them.
Yeah?
Now you only have three.
Oh, yeah, I do have only 3 hearts. Okay.
Put a heart in there.
There, is it? Is there? Ah, piece of power.
We're on fire. That's that guardian one.
Oh, it's a piece of power. It makes you stronger.
That boss.
Yep.
He's strong. Strong.
Oh no, I died.
You can't defeat him hard.
Can't?
Hey, the note said you. I saw a note on the wall.
Yeah.
I had to go back
Yeah?
outside. I had to defeat him. And it said I had to defeat him.
I think Link moves faster when he has the power.
Ah! And the white.
Ah, I died.
What are you coming from?
Microphones.
What else?
No?
Don't go that way.
I have to go that way. That's how I beat this guy.
In him. Hey, lose the arrow.
Beat him, jeez.
No, you can't.
I can't. How did you beat him last time?
I
How did you beat him? Because he got the bow wow.
I killed him.
Yeah, how'd you defeat him?
Cause I lose the hammer to kill him.
You used a hammer?
Yeah.
What hammer?
A hammer from a sword. A hammer from the back of my sword.
I died like a scrub.
Really bad.
I died.
Let's try somewhere else.
Yeah?
Where's Snoopy? Let's try a place that has one. You can try that one. Then can go outside. Now I have one car left. I have one car left. We have single heart. I mean, die.
I guess I'll come back later. Maybe I'll just keep trying until I beat him. What do you think?
Okay. Actually, that's stronger one. I have to go big like him. You can kill him. You hot? Hot? What the hell?
I did it!
You killed him?
Yes. See?
Open the door. No one in there? That's trampoline ball?
No.
God, that's trampoline?
Yep.
Oh,
I saved Chump Chump. Bow Wow.
I want Papa.
Yep, that's a friend.
Nice one?
Yes, he's nice.
But he can bite, can bite bad guys?
Yeah.
Okay. My mama got Bow Wow for me
Uh-huh.
from that wooden thing. Was stuck on that wooden thing. So it's
Ah, come on! Love you. That was too loud in your ear?
on my ear.
I'm sorry.
Try going down.
Can't go in there right now.
I'm on the forest.
I have to go into the forest.
He ate him. What the? Kill that. Dad, get that diamond. Find a heart. Kill him. Diamond. Yay, heart.
Yep, he ate him.
No, your heart. Heart. There's a heart in that shop. Not going crazy again.
Oh.
That statue will go. Yep. Go there. Not there.
Not just yet.
You have to put on those. Ah, what about that?
What about what?
The other one. There's a heart in that shop.
Yep.
Eat that heart.
I don't need that one.
Got that one. Got that red diamond.
Got the red diamond before?
And that was easy. And I got a red diamond. And I paid for heart. Got the heart. Not what? Not talking.
all my hearts back.
How many are high above? I see one more spot that needs a heart. The other link on my other game. I'm not going there. Are you gonna take turns? Stop.
But
Am I gonna play next?
in a little bit.
Yeah. What did he fold? So he was standing on. Bow boy. Hey boy. Is it go?
Maybe.
He's the boy.
Think Baba was a boy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw Bow Bow trying to attack me.
Huh?
Oh, Bow Bow. Bow Wow trying to get this eye. Really doing this eye. He's trying to bite me. I kill him. Bow Wow can make me die. What's that? That was that's silly. Watch out for that. That's poison.
Yeah?
Yeah, it can kill you. You got diamond. You got diamond, Dada.
Yep.
I saw another purple one at the shop.
Yeah.
At the claw shop. That
We're
one?
going to a new dungeon.
Dungeon.
This dungeon.
That's a boss ghost.
Great.
Boss. Oh. Fire? Fire on that potion. A little skeleton. And a skeleton. A key, get it! A key door.
We'll go this way.
Why? I do. Oh, that's creepy. Oh, I didn't know that game had that. It looks bad, guys. Yeah, don't go there. That witch. Skeleton witch. That's it. Skeleton witch. That's silly. Get that back. Oh, step on the blue, Dada.
Ah!
Maybe you should leave it blue. Back where you came from? A key, go back. Jump! A blusa! for that. Was that what it was? No. Oh, that ink? That's that ink. The black. That.
What?
The black ink.
No.
I don't know what it is. Bad. Stinger. Dada, don't go that way. That's a killer. Be careful. Samson.
Hmm?
Oh. I see. Whoop, whoop. I see. Whoop. There's a Mario sound.
Uh-oh.
A boss?
Yeah.
I can't kill him. Shoot the arrow in his eye. Oh, why
Ah,
you?
I died.
Why he slow you?
Because he's a meanie.
Yeah, look the arrow. Shoot his eye.
Shoot that arrow in the eye?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll try that.
Try again. Kill him.
Okay.
Don't need a heart.
I gotta go get hearts.
From the store.
Yep.
From that store, the cloth store. Get one from the cloth store. Go grab it and land it and pack it and you can get it together. The two are down launching them. You got that. You got the piranha. That piranha, Dada. You got the piranha. You killed it. Dada, don't go in there. That's obstacle. Dada, press Y. Dada, press I.
Okay, I'm gonna talk to this fairy. I'm gonna bring my health up.
Disappear?
Yep.
Where'd he go? Careful when that thunder. That could be saved. You're not little Mimi.
I can get through cards.
You're a little superhero.
Why am I a little superhero?
Because you're Link. Link's a superhero. Link's a superhero. Watch out! Oh, oh. Ian. Come off. First he has to come off. How are you gonna get it? Where's your trampoline? Yeah, remember where your trampoline is? What's that? Paper beak?
You're in the way, buddy. I can't see.
Watch out for them. Go that way. Little skeleton and a white skeleton. A white skeleton and a little one. Something got stronger.
Ow.
A little spicy.
I don't have enough time to get there. And I didn't jump.
Jumpy
I
pout.
didn't jump. I know. I need my jumping.
Listen. Ta-da!
What?
I'm gonna eat your face.
Why you want to eat my face? That's not a nice thing to do.
I'm eating your face.
Ugh.
I'm on my feet up. Oh, what? That was a heart. Hey, God. No, it's in there. Nice. That's easy.
Compass.
Compass? Have you already had a compass? Yeah, you already had a compass. Heart? It's hard, Dada? Oh, the harder. Hard? Isn't it hard now? Is that hard?
What? Yeah, that's hard.
Let's go down there. I jump. Hiya, hiya. Hello, arrow.
Yeah, he had a bomb.
You had a bomb?
No, I don't have bombs.
You don't?
I don't.
Maybe need a fire bomb. Maybe you need a bomb arrow.
Maybe.
Can't find a bomb arrow. Your map can find somewhere. Yeah, use the map. Yeah. Yeah, use the map. Got your tambourine. Oh, I told you that was poison.
Mm-hmm.
And it killed you. Boy.
Alright, that's enough playing for now.
My turn?
Yeah, it could be your turn. Just give me a minute. Alright, everybody, thank you so much for watching Select Stage. It's a great podcast that I have going on. I'd like to thank the people who I interviewed earlier today, Mega Anon, Game Anon, and Sprite Anon for Super Bowsette. Thanks so much to them for spending time with us here and talking about the game. Thank you so much for hanging out for a little while with me and my son while we played a little bit of Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening for the Switch. I'll be doing more Let's Play of this game later on, a little bit more in-depth and stuff, more non-hard mode things, but we'll see how things are going. Thanks you guys so much and have a good one. Catch you guys later.